One last thing. One last thing I do want to talk about, and this is the thing that Purple Haze mentioned. Purple Haze mentioned that there are a number of Democrats out there that don't want socialism, and I get this. And he raised a great point. He said the idea that it's kind of like a Reagan moment. I want you to think back. Remember, Reagan said, "I didn't change. I didn't leave my party. My party left me." So I think this is one of those things that Republicans, as a general rule or as a general whole, need to step back and look at and say there are a number of Democrats who are saying, wow, that AOC, she's crazy. Bernie Sanders, they're crazy. I don't want socialism. I don't want to lose my lifestyle. I don't want to have to give up my car, my truck, my whatever it may be. I don't have to give up my guns. I don't want to see. That's what the core fundamental belief of America. Sure, you have the indoctrination machines that we have in the cities and in the educational institutions, but you also have the red-blooded American, Democrat or Republican, who are sitting there and saying, AOC, you're nuts. I don't want to have anything to do with you. If you run, I will never vote for you. But I think that what we need to do as a party is we need to start reaching out to the Democrats that are like that, because they're the ones that we can pull to our side. They're the ones who we can say, look at Joe Biden. He is completely not there. You can recognize that an honest assessment of him says that he is intellectually no longer the same man he was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and that he is clearly in the final stages or the middle stages of dementia. And that we know this and we can tell this. And not only that, but the party that pushed him forward knew this. So, I mean, we need to start convincing this group of people by calling out the negatives of their people. And they did this to us with Trump. They would very easily go out there and hammer all the negatives about Trump and ignore the amazing economy, the fact that he was able to get the vaccine done so quick, the fact that, I could go all day about the list of things, his fix for the Middle East. We can go all day about the positive things, but the Democrats so effectively nail the negative things. That's one of the things that, they would stick to that. And of course, they had the instrument of the media. So we have to work harder to get the negatives out. Everybody has negatives, and that's the truth. No matter who you are, you have a negative. So we're not out of line by pointing out these negatives to people like, of AOC, of Biden, of the leadership of the party, Nancy Pelosi, or the fact that the average age of the leadership of the Democratic Party is in their late 70s, and the fact that they are completely, and that their bank accounts are up to 8 or 9 figures, and they are completely not connected to the average American. These are negatives to the average American who sit there and say they don't know who we are. And so when they start pushing for socialism, we know that those people are going to be fine no matter what, because they're insulated because of their wealth. Whereas the ordinary people, Democrats and Republicans and independents, are the ones who are going to suffer when it comes to the socialist agenda. And you can see that in places like New Jersey, where we have a socialist governor who's pushing the idea of high debt and even higher taxes, and pushing the people to the point where they have nothing left in their pockets. We can make this case easily with looking at states like Illinois, New Jersey, California, all run by Democrats. And that's the message we should be pushing. And that's the message we should be getting out to Democrats, brother. So that is my updates. Hat tip to, of course, Matt Conway, as I said before, and of course, Purple Haze for the bits of information.